my more emotional actual homesteading moments is we had some big piles of logs and roots and things that a neighbor had brought to us 4 years ago, and I really liked them. I thought they were beautiful. But you can't rent or sell a house with something that other people would look at and think, oh, that's trash. So today we burned them. And I do feel some like a little bit of heart, you know, a little bit of sorrow, because what was beautiful to me was not beautiful to other people. And sometimes as you change your homestead, you do have to look at it from like a commercial or a popular point of view and say, the goals that I have currently for my property, can I fulfill them with this hobby horse, this pet peeve that I'm holding on to? So I think this is the first time I've really showed you guys the property since we've been back. Paige mowed the lawn for the first time well, she's never mowed the lawn before. I've mowed the lawn, but it's been 4 years. We always graze the goats out here. Hey, Oregon, how are you? We've always grazed the goats out here, and you can even see right here that we have a grazing stake here. Sorry, honey. And we still have 4 grazing stakes out here. So we're still grazing the goats out on it. But yesterday we bowed to popular beliefs about what a lawn, it's a pasture, but a lawn should look like. Now it looks a little bit like a golfing green.
That's what Mom and Paige came up.
Hey Ben, how are you?
Huh? Grandpa and Paige came up.
Yeah, it looks like a golfing green. So this that you see here, that line, that's all comfrey, and this is a swale that surrounds that golfing green, which is really a goat pasture. Hey DFW. So we're getting this all ready to be able to be mowed. Most people conventionally like to be able to use a lawnmower instead of a goat. And all of our landscaping, everything is starting to look a lot better. This here we haven't done because we're still pulling bushes and trees out. But it's starting to look really good. The house looks really good. We're just about to put the new windows in. It's hot enough here that I probably shouldn't stand that close with my camera. But there's my hopes and dreams, my permaculture, everything kind of going up in smoke a little bit. There's our wonderful neighbor.
It was a lot smokier earlier though.
Yeah, we had to work pretty hard to get it to burn. We had to add a lot of newer wood because this had started to break down and had started to turn into soil. Ben said you can't milk a lawnmower. That is true, except for ours. Literally, this is the first time that we have mowed anything in 4 years. We've always had geese in this space here. Let's see if I can show it to you. That whole space around the perimeter, we have geese that mow that because those are fruit trees. And then we have the goats that mow here in the middle. And then we have goats that mow here as well. The thing about using goats as mowers is that the grass can be uneven. If they don't want to eat a certain weed, they are not going to unless you force them to stay there a little longer. But this is what everything looks like. There's one of the chicken coops, and you can see the little perimeter fence for the geese. This roundabout used to have more plants and everything in it, but we had to bury some concrete in it. We had to pull out the driveway, and we buried the concrete here, so now instead of having grass, we also have a perimeter fence here that we keep geese in. That keeps the grass down there as well, and a little bit of a burn pit for us to have hot dogs and such like. No.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we did. We used to have our miniature cow in here. This used to be the fence for the miniature cow. But I think this is the first time I've really showed you guys the property since we've been back. We have new gravel down on the driveway. One of my favorite things about this property is the long driveway. When we had really little kids, it was nice to know that I had, even if they got a head start on me, I could catch them before they got to the road. We did put up fences to keep kids away from the road, not necessarily to keep animals in, but to keep dogs out and to keep the
Kids in. Let's show them the...
We have a loaded peach tree, 2 loaded plum trees.
This is what they look like.
Oh yeah, but don't pick them at this point, honey.
I know.
What else are we doing? Lots more here. We've got an asparagus patch.
Let's show the chickens.
Apricots, the chickens, and then one of our big mounds of wood mulch. Not sure what else to show you guys, but that's that's what's coming along. One of the projects that I have left that needs to be done is I need to get the woodshed organized. I have a lot of wood left, but it's all pushing against the sides of the woodshed, so it's not attractive. And the only thing holding the sides in is that wood on the side, but it all needs to be organized. And that's pretty much what we're doing. It's starting to look very, very conventional right now, which makes me laugh. We're using the weed whacker, we're using the lawnmower.
And that's all we're doing.
And we've had a lot of rain. So a lot of what we've been doing has just been that we've had weeds that usually don't grow real well have really come up in abundance. And we took out this whole line of trees. We used to have a whole line of trees here, and in order to simplify things, we took it out. We've taken out and killed a lot of trees this year. Just because one thing you learn in permaculture is best, biggest bang for your buck is what you want to focus on. If you've got a good milker, keep her babies, not the bad milker. If you've got trees that produce food and trees that don't produce food, keep the ones that produce food. Because, honey, stop please. Because you have to water and fertilize it all just the same. You might as well have something that feeds you too. It's one thing if it's like a firewood type of a tree, and we do have those too, but we have them in a very easy spot. This is not flood irrigated. This is with my watering system that takes some switching up and everything. So it's a tiny bit of maintenance, but I do have spots where I need no maintenance to keep trees alive, and that's where I plant my firewood trees. Hey Bitty Boo, how are you? Ben said rain is good as long as it's not flood. That is true. In Oklahoma it was definitely flooding. I don't know if they still are right now.
Should we show them the blueberry bushes?
You want to show them? I don't know if we can get in there because I think Paige clipped up the gate so the chickens wouldn't get out. So we'll come. No, because she did. She closed it. I was with her when she closed it. Anyway, these are Saskatoons. They're like a blueberry, like a cross between a blueberry and a huckleberry, and they will grow in high altitude, cold weather climates. We have, how many do we have? Like 10 of them, I think.
There's about like 15.
We also have Nanking cherries, but they're in the back. I should plant some Nanking cherries up in the front because they're one of those plants that do really well in our area. It's one thing to say let's plant adventure plants that don't like to grow here. And when we started out, I was doing a lot of that. I was planting all these fruits that I loved, and I just stubbornly wanted to grow them where we are. And what I learned over time is that instead you can generally find a replacement for it that will grow in your area that isn't going to cost a ton of money and isn't going to take a lot of babying. Find that replacement. So we have cherries and blueberries and peaches
and plums.
But they're all varieties that'll grow here and will do well here, and a lot of them are wild. They haven't been grafted.
Also raspberries and blackberries.
And blackberries. So we can grow a lot of the things that they can grow further south. We just had to find the right strain. That is very important. If you don't find the right strain, you're just going to be fighting it instead of eating the loveliness. So we're going to wait for this to die down just a bit, trying to see if we can push both sides in, get everything compressed, and trying to think. I don't think there's anything else we're trying to do tonight, but this is what it looks like. That's the house. This is our property, and then we have twice as much behind the house. But I always feel like it's kind of boring to just walk around the property. So anyway, I just wanted to show you.
Did we want to video us milking and feeding the baby?
No, not on a live stream, probably not. But you guys have been asking about the homestead. This is just the front of the property. And that's what it looks like right now. We haven't quite finished cleaning this part up right here. But we're making it more less maintenance all the time. Because whether we have a rent or whether we sell it or whether we stay, my goal is to just have it be easy instead of complicated. So thanks for popping on. And this may be my video for tomorrow because I'm not sure what we're doing tomorrow. Hey, thanks. We do like it. So, okay, we're going to go get back to work.